Singer Cassie, who was once Diddy's longtime girlfriend, sued him, claiming that he used to abuse her in more ways than one during their relationship together. And apparently, a day later, it was settled. So, Sticks, what are your thoughts on this situation? I know I was very, very bland with that intro, but
all good.
I think it's a lot to this that not giving shit away. But what's your thoughts on this situation?
So Diddy has had a reputation of being a weird cat for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has had a reputation for being like dabbling in a lot of different things that, the world of Hollywood is quote unquote known to be dabbled in. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood, they call it Holly weird, and they call it, the land of the devil, city of the devil. Hollywood has been known, and Diddy has been, alleged to have dabbled in a lot of these things for a long time now, from his elaborate parties to a lot of different things that he's been doing. And Cassie, at age 19, was his lady. They were in a relationship early on in her career for a little bit. And she comes out and says that she was a victim of a lot of different things, and a lot more trafficking to SA to a lot of, you didn't see that?
Man, listen,
I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy what she came out and said, bro. So, and it's
so if she came out and said all of that, how do you? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No. I'll get into that when I.
Okay.
How do you settle amicably then if she comes out and says all that?
I think it's a matter of public perception, because Diddy, I think he's just trying to save his persona, honestly. Because if he actually did all these things, which it's not, with the Me Too movement, it's not beyond reproach. You know what I'm saying? It's not beyond it at all. So if he indeed did do all these things, and then Thursday she dropped the bomb, Friday he settled, I think settling that quick is just to save face, basically. Because and that just kind of proves that the nigga guilty, to be perfectly honest. Because if it's me, dog, and it's it's just like the Trevor Bauer situation, bro. I go back to that a lot, because that young lady literally tried to frame Trevor Bauer and say that he did some things to her that he didn't do. And he came out and said he was ready to fight, no matter how much money it was going to cost. He wasn't looking forward to getting no money from her. He was just trying to make sure that he saved his name, because he didn't do any of these things that this lady said that he did to her. But in the matter of Diddy, he didn't try to fight anything at all. He just said, you know what? Take this bread. Shut the fuck up.
Well, he originally came out and said, like, it's unequivocally false and fabricated. And to me,
fabrication means that the truth is stretched. To me, that's what fabrication means. Like, something happened, but it's not to the extent that she said it was. That's what fabrication means to me.
Yeah, we don't, and that's a great point. First off, we don't know the magnitude of that situation. We don't really know that situation at all. Just know that allegations were made. Day later, it was settled. And so the truth, what you said about there is some truth to it, but it's drastically stretched, which is why, to me, I believe like there is truth on both sides. And again, I'm not saying that this situation is true or not, but it has to be truth on both sides. If one day you come out and say some wild accusations about somebody, and the next day it's settled, and you both release a statement basically saying the same thing, that we've decided to settle amicably, which means in a friendly manner. Ain't no friendly manner when you said that I did this and that. What you mean?
What's friendly about this? Ain't nothing friendly about this. Right. And I get that too, D-Lo, but it's just the whole situation is weird. And before we started recording, I said I was going through some Facebook conversations about people talking about this whole situation. And it was this one young lady and this one young man going back and forth. And of course it's always a question of timing. You were with this man from 19 up until however old. I don't
on and off until like 30, I believe they said.
Yeah. So on and off until about 30 years old, for like 11 years.
I think 30 or 35, somewhere in that range.
Well, she's 37 now. She's 37 now.
Yeah. So
So
30. Yeah.
so if you were going through all of these things for 11 to 12 years, and now all of a sudden at 37 you want to, it's always a question for me for timing, bro. Like,
Well,
and I understand
it is a reason. It's a reason why all this came out, and this is what I was asking you before: is did you actually? So I guess I didn't read the full details of what she said, but I did kind of read into other stuff because
enlighten me, bro, because
it's an actual reason why all this came out. So apparently there is a law that is about to expire
oh
in New York,
on
which
the
is called
23rd.
which is called the Adult Survivors Law.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only did Cassie come out with this, one of Bill Cosby's accusers also like sued him, is trying to sue him again as this law is going to expire. So all of this came out, and Cassie mentioned that law as the reason for why she decided to come forward now with all of the information.
I did see
so
that.
I mean,
I did see that.
the timing. And again, I know you feel strongly about
It's not to say that I feel strongly, because I understand that trauma is hard to talk about a lot of the time.
A
Things
lot
that
of
are
us have
traumatized,
suppressed trauma.
100%. And I understand the trauma, and it's hard to talk about, and it's hard to even, calculate in your mind what happened to you. I get that 100%. I'm not denigrating women at any point about, what they go through. And maybe even the counseling that they have to go through to actually deal with it. But 18 years is a long time, bro. 18 years is a long fucking time to say, yeah, this man did these things to me. That's a long time, bro. And if something is happening to you constantly, and you're apparently being trafficked, and SA is happening, and the R word is happening, and a lot of, you apparently blew up one of her boyfriend's cars, and a lot of things. If all of these things are happening to you, Kid Cudi is the guy. But if all of these things are happening to you throughout a span, why not report that shit? Like, that shit is it's drastic, dog. Like, he's doing these drastic things to you, and you can't just go to the cops and say, yo, like, this man is bugging out, and like, I need y'all to file some kind of charges. 18 years is a long time, D-Lo. It's a very, very long time, bro. I'm just saying. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Almost 2 decades, bro. Yeah,
it is a long time, but again, we as not just women, but the human race in general, especially in the United States, we hold on to and suppress a lot of stuff that happened to us.
Agreed.
In our
but to that
age,
magnitude, though.
I mean, yeah, you have a lot of stuff that comes out in families like around this time unexpectedly, when something crazy happens at a simple conversation, and then you hear Uncle Johnny was messing with old girl when she with the niece when she was 12 years old, and she held on. I mean, or
true.
Little Bobby, I mean, it's stuff happens. So we hold on to it. I can't fault women for their timing, because we aren't here to tell them where and when to release that information, and how to handle that trauma that they dealt with. However, it does make the situation seem a little bit more suspicious when you say that you are coming out with this information because a certain law is set to expire. I think they also said with 6 months ago, she came to him for, and so this is the question I have is how did you come up with that number 30 million, and why not try to have him
prosecuted,
pull him up, prosecuted on criminal charges, right? But they said like 6 months ago, I believe, that she came to him or his camp or something like that. And again, I'm not saying anything negative about her, but they said that she came to him and said she was going to write a tell-all book, and he downplayed it as blackmail. And then now we have this, and then he settles quickly. So it's this situation just seems weird, man. I don't know.
It does seem weird.
I think it's truth to both sides. I as you said, it's probably not as drastic as she mentioned, but it probably is some type of abuse that took place in it. And rather than allowing all of this to unfold in front of the public, He quickly settled and got it out of the way. But 50 Cent brought up a good point. Probably should have took care of this before she came out with this, because now everybody smells blood and like, oh, he a billionaire? He giving 30 million? Diddy did this, Diddy did that. I hope it doesn't happen, but when you do stuff like this, bro.
Yeah, because it's like, bro, like, I mean, maybe I don't know. Because again, going back to the Facebook conversation I was reading, the young lady was saying that she did it the right way because she didn't take it to criminal court because she probably didn't have enough evidence to win. But she knows that Diddy understands what he did. So she took it to civil court for a settlement. So that way civil court will allow her to get something out of the situation. Mm-hmm. Allow her to get something out of the situation. And because she knows that Diddy is going to try to save his public perception. Right. But just like you said, 50 Cent said, now this shit is in the public. And as fast as you settled, now it's going to be like all these other situations are going to come out, just like the whole R. Kelly situations, like the whole Bill Cosby situation, where it's going to be, it's probably going to pile on top of pile on top of pile on. And it's going to be like, you should have probably took care of this whenever she came out and said she was going to do a damn tell all. Like, look, just go ahead and take this 30 milli. And
or better yet, you probably shouldn't have did it at all. If this is true.
Very true. Right. Like, because, bro, like, you got to be able, but again, when you get into that lifestyle, and I can't sit here and say that I would be the same way as Diddy getting into that lifestyle, because I have a lot more self-control than that. But they call it highly weird in the land of the devil for a reason. So you have to be able to, control yourself in that situation. You got all this money you don't know what to do with, and you throwing these elaborate parties and y'all doing all kinds of weird stuff. And Cassie was just along for that ride, and she got caught up in that lifestyle. And I feel bad for what happened to her. And Diddy is, I don't know, bro. It's just the quickness in the way this was settled lets me know that this nigga was guilty. Thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far and you like what you see, there's a video on the screen right here. Go ahead and click that and view that. We think you're going to love it. Also, thank y'all for helping us get to 450 subscribers. Now we have a new goal of 500. Hit that button right there to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And we're on all your streaming platforms, wherever you find your podcasts.